Okay, so this is an overview video of recipe management in NOUVEM. There are more detailed videos on each specific topic, but this is just a high-level overview of how it works. So first we'll look at how we manage the master data of a recipe. So I go into production recipe, hit last edit, it'll call back the recipe I've been working on last, which is a 10-ounce standard burger. So up the top here you have the product that is being made. Down here you have all the ingredients along with all the quantities required, tolerances, units of measure to be issued, etc. It's got full costings so you can track your margin, your projected margin. We've got cost prices that get updated based on the raw materials that are taken in, etc. We can have a typical batch size and we can have different mix quantities, which means if your mixer holds a certain amount, no matter what batch you're making, the system will work out automatically how many mixes are required and divide up the ingredients between the mixes. So this is how you manage your recipe. So if I want to actually instigate a production, I go down to my production plan. I'll put in my required batch, demo batch-01. It's just a reference. And I'm going to make some 10-ounce burgers. So if I just click in here, I can say these are the ingredients that are required. But essentially, that's all I need to do. If I'm making the standard quantity, that's all I need to do. If I want to change from the typical batch size to something else, which is 20, well, then the system's automatically going to double all the targets, etc. So we'll just make the standard, which is 10. So I add that. So that's what you would do in the factory, production manager or planner or whatever. So down then in the factory, you would have an interface like this. So the operator would approach the terminal, selecting the batch selection. Here you see all the batches of production that are scheduled. So I want to pick this one, my 10-ounce standard burger. Here it tells me all the ingredients that are required, including my labor, which will be backflushed. So I pick the first one. Now, a VL blend note, that's a note that I have specified just to demonstrate that you can have pop-up notes appear at various times. So here it's telling me that I have 2.05 kgs required. You can see the weight moving up and down here as I place items on the scale. And eventually it'll settle at about 2 kilos and it shows my tolerance here. So once I have that correct, this system, this demo system is automatically set up to recall the last batch you were working on. So if I click on the batch of this VL trim, it'll tell me that it's coming from this VL trim that came in from Ballon Meats customer, and there is 1777.95 kgs of 2200 left in stock. So that's just so that it's adjusting the stock and keeping the traceability of where the raw materials are coming from. So I record that. That recipe line has been filled. You will notice it then drops, sorry, I'll just switch back here. It drops to the bottom of the list because I have called for 2.05 and I've issued 2.04. Because it's within tolerance, it drops to the bottom of the list. So the next thing I want is my flour. Or my onion, sorry. So it's looking for, let me see. No, we'll go one by one. We'll do the flour. So the next thing I'm looking for is 1.31 kg of flour. Again, the correct batch is going to be recalled automatically because that's the logic that we have set up. I will adjust the scale to show 1.31 or near as I can. There is adjusted. Once it's within the tolerance, that's fine. And I will record that. Now I'll move on to my diced onion. Again, I put an onion note in there just to demonstrate notes. I move the weight until it's within tolerance and I continue on. Now this one I have set up just for demonstration purposes to show you what would happen if you wanted to capture different information at this point. So I just have put this bit of information here to be keyed in. So maybe I key it in from something. That can be anything. It's configured based on what the customer requires. So I record that. I've now recorded all the items that need to be recorded. So the only one left is my labor. So I can complete the mix. You're about to finalize the mix. Yes, it's issuing my labor because that's automatic. Again, I wanted to demonstrate a note that you can pop up after every mix. So these are my mix notes here. And now I need to confirm how many units that I have received from the production. So you can see there are 10 ordered. I'm confirming that yes, I've received 10. I'm going to record that. So I've got my issued and I've got my received. I now complete the mix and the recipe is complete. So just to look at a very quick report here, if I look at my batch details to see what I have done, and I just quickly go to demo batch 01, I think I called it. I can see that this is everything that I issued to that production, including my labor. These are my suppliers. And here's the product that was produced from that production. And when I dispatch that product to someone, it ties in the full product recall, traceability, mass balance there.